there's two things I want you guys to kind of notice what he does here. And number one is his stance. It's just how wide and how balanced it is. Now I know it's not overly wide, but it's a lot wider than most guys. And I think the reason is because he wants his weight centered, and he wants it to be nice and balanced. He wants his weight nice and low. When you have a real high stance, you have a much longer stride, and you have to be a lot more precise with everything you do to make contact the way he does. So anyway, that's number one, is just the width of his stance, and the benefits really, I mean, you can't really deny them. I mean, it's one of these things, I mean, if you just see how kind of spread out he is, and he's not standing straight up and down, and it keeps his weight down. I mean, his center of gravity is a lot lower than most guys, and I think that lets him stay back on certain pitches. He doesn't get out on his front foot a lot. I mean, if you kind of watch through his stance and get to the point of contact right here, I mean, you see how far he keeps his weight perfectly centered, and I think that's because of how low he is. The second thing is this firm front side that he creates. What I mean by that is this front leg he straightens out so that he can push and throw his weight into this firm front side. He throws all his weight forward, and it all comes right through this front leg, and it goes into the ground and into the ball, obviously. But he is wrapping his weight around his midsection and spinning it around. All this torque he's creating, and it's all going right into his firm front side. So you see guys that make contact with this bent front knee like this, if that's, you like the little leg, a little bit tough to draw, but anyway, if you are making contact here, it's going to bring your waist forward because you have nothing to throw your weight against. It's just going to bend your knee further and further until you've now lunged and you're not in any kind of position to make any contact. So that's number one, is getting that firm front side. A nice little lower stance or a wider stance will help you if you're struggling to hit the ball hard, if you're struggling to stay back on the ball, if you're seeing a lot of ground balls to the pull side, to left field or shortstop if you're a righty, to second base or right field if you're a lefty. Number two is the contact position, and this is something we cover in the system like crazy. It is one of the biggest things that we teach, and that's the 90-90 position. And what I mean is he makes two 90-degree angles, and one is right here with his elbow, and the other is right here with his wrist and bat. So this would be the bat right here, and this is his hands. So there's a 90-degree angle here and a 90-degree angle that you can actually see right here at his elbow. So it's the 90-90. Basically what that means is going to keep you inside the ball. If the ball is coming at you and you are either way past 90, it means that your wrists are broken and you're now throwing the bat out in front, and you're going to pull the ball foul, or you're going to roll over and hit a ground ball to shortstop. I mean, imagine if the ball was on the outside corner and you were way outside the 90-90, but to stay inside the ball, you have to make this contact position. I mean, it's one of these rules of hitting that you have to obey. I'm not really a fan of these big rules that guys preach, but this is something that you have to be able to do. I don't care what your stance or where your hands are or anything else. If you want to do one thing right, this is the one thing that you need to do.